Good morning, about 25 minutes after 6 on this Thursday morning. Today is National Depression Screening Day. And joining us this morning to talk about how you or your loved one can be screened is Gunderson Health System therapist Sarah Johnson. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for getting up with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I was not familiar with this day, and it sounds like this is something that people can take part in at their home and using their home computer. Can you explain how exactly this works?
Sure, absolutely. So we are actually offering a community-based screening. So folks can come out and talk with me and do a screening at the Y North this morning from 8 to 11. And then this evening we'll be at the main Y from 4 to 7. Folks can also go online and take a look at National Depression Screening Day. There are some online screenings. I would probably prefer that people come and talk in person because I can help answer some questions.
I would agree with that. Now, I think people, though, are a little bit nervous to approach a person face to face and talk about mental illness. It is an illness, but there still is a stigma attached to it that you did something wrong or there's something wrong. Why would you encourage folks to approach you at the Y in a public place and take part in this event?
Right. I'm really glad you brought that up because we do tend to have a different mindset when it comes to mental health, even though mental health is part of our physical health. So we do get a little weird about that. And one of the reasons we're offering it at the Y is because mental health is just like physical health, and there's no reason that we shouldn't be talking about it. The earlier that we recognize the signs and the earlier that we get help, the easier it is to treat. And there's so many things we can do to help people who have depression.
Sometimes just talking. I think people think they're going to get, put on a medication immediately, and that's not always the case.
Right, right. There's lots of different ways we can treat depression. Yep.
And talk about in the Y. Is it going to be a private setting for folks that are still a little bit leery?
Yes, great question. So we will be in the lobby with materials and pointing people in the direction. We'll have a private area where people can complete the screening form, and then folks will be meeting with me individually to take a look at what the results of their screening is.
And for folks that do meet with you, will there be a paper record of this? Because people get leery about that too. Maybe they're not sure, they just have a question, they want to explore it, but they don't want it to follow them around.
Absolutely, yeah. It's an anonymous screening, actually. That's a good question. So I will have the screening form, and I can make copies of that for folks if they want to take it to their doc and talk about what their screening looked like. But it's not going in a computer record anywhere. We're just going to keep track of how many people came through and what kind of results we had, but we won't be taking names.
Well, that is really neat. Sarah, one more time, tell us where and when you will be today.
Yep, we'll be at the Onalaska Y, so Y North this morning from 8 to 11. And then this evening from 4 to 7 p.m. we'll be at the Y in La Crosse here.
All right, well, great program. Again, it is anonymous, and it's just your opportunity
I hope people come out.
Yeah, ask some questions. Sarah, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.